Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to the very first ever episode of Trash Talk. This is gonna be our weekly podcast and we're planning to do this for a long time. So we're hoping you're gonna have fun with this. I'm Alex, this is my man JJ right next to me right
What
here.
up?
He's eating way too slow all the time, but that doesn't matter right now. For our first podcast, first of all, we gotta have a couple of announcements of what we're planning to do in the future. We'd really like to get the viewer involved with this one because it's gonna be a long video and you're gonna have to sit through it whether you want it or not. I mean, you could close the video, but you're not gonna do it, are you? Alright, so if you got any good ideas for the topics that we can talk about in the future, let us know, post them down in the comments, and we'll probably take that into consideration. Here's how this is gonna work. So we'll always have like 2 topics every week to talk about, something that we are personally interested in, but also stuff that people really want to hear us talking about. And that today happens to be, first of all, the predictions or fantasy booking for the next Wrestlemania, which is gonna be Wrestlemania 34 in New Orleans, Louisiana. We've been playing with the thought of actually purchasing tickets and going to that event too, man, but we'll have to wait for the card to develop because if it's gonna be crap, I'm not paying that money for it. What we did is we were fantasy booking the entire match card way too early. Of course, we have no idea what angles are gonna happen. And we're just gonna present this to you because why not? So I suppose we're gonna start with the one match that is always guaranteed to be on any WrestleMania card. That is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So JJ, I'm asking you first. Who do you have winning that match?
I've got winning the match Killian Dane, and that will also be his NXT call-up. So it will be his first match on main, and he will also win it, kind of like Baron Corbin did.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's gonna do the Baron Corbin, right? That's interesting. Well, this is less interesting, but I got Braun Strowman.
I mean, it's kind of the obvious pick.
Yeah, he should have won it last time, like this year, but he didn't, and he got hurt too, so he's not gonna be in any major angle. And it's fitting for a giant to win the Giant Memorial Battle Royal every once in a while. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna get into all the non-title matches first because keep tension for later. So first match that I wrote down, and this is already a real big one, is a triple threat match between the former Shield members. And that's because they had that, I believe it was in Battleground last year. They did not serve them well, man. That was not a good match for the quality that these people provide. And who do I have winning this match? Can you guess who's winning that match?
Seth Rollins.
It's not gonna be Seth Rollins. It's gonna be Roman Reigns, and it's gonna be heel Roman Reigns, and he's gonna turn heel. He's gonna do what Rollins did back in the day. He's gonna turn heel. He's gonna be the bad guy. And that's going to be a good moment out of a Roman Reigns win in 2018, which, that doesn't happen a lot.
I've also got Roman Reigns in a non-title match. I've just put the 2 highest profile names there that I didn't have in a title match. So, for me, AJ Styles is going to beat Roman Reigns. Clean.
Damn. And you didn't put any one of those in a title match?
Nope.
Also, how does it happen that Vince McMahon retires or dies in the build-up to this? Because that's not happening as long as he's the chairman, right?
That's why it's called fantasy booking.
Right, I see. Maybe Triple H takes over or something like that. Alright. Next match I got is, I kind of pulled this out of somewhere, but I needed to fill the card. So it's Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler. Sami turning heel in that scenario.
Okay.
Versus Sheamus and Cesaro. It's a cross-promotional match, and it's about the meanest tag team. It's a no disqualification match too. And to get into the result that I got, I need to, I have a storyline book for the entire event, and I'm gonna read that out to you if you don't mind.
Sure.
So the storyline is that leading up to WrestleMania, a man called Baron Corbin, he's kind of known for his tantrums and shit, losing his temper. He's gonna attack a ref. He's gonna hit the referee with the end of days after losing a match, and he'll get ejected from WrestleMania 34. He'll not be allowed to participate in any match. He's gonna go crazy and he's gonna interfere in various matches. I do have him interfere in the Shield match as well, which leads to Roman's win. And I do have him interfere in that match too. And this match is getting called off because 4 people are dead in the ring. Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, and Cesaro are dead in the ring, and that match ends with no contest.
Okay, I've also got a tag team match up. Mine is a bit more thrown together even. And I've got Also Dolph and Sami Zayn, but they are on opposite teams, and it's Dolph Ziggler and Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn.
How'd you get Dolph and Braun together?
I just put two heels versus two faces that are kind of high profile, and just put them in a tag match because they weren't on the card.
Braun and Dolph are on different brands right now, are they?
Yes, as are Seth and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is kind of a total cross-promotional match.
Right, yeah, that's interesting, why not? So here you go winning.
I've got Dolph and Braun winning because, Braun.
Yeah, they're heels too.
Probably gonna be Braun pinning Sami, but...
I can see that happening. That's a good reference to their feud too. Okay, last non-title match, and this could just be the main event, but it's gonna be Broken Matt Hardy versus Brother Nero.
That's pretty good.
And you know what's gonna happen? Can you guess who interferes?
I honestly don't know.
It's gonna be Baron Corbin. Because he is mad at everyone. He's interfering, and who's winning?
If Baron is interfering, I guess Matt?
No, it's not Matt. Jeff is gonna win because he's gonna be the heel, right? Broken Matt Hardy that everyone wants to see win. He's gonna lose because of Baron Corbin, which, for one, puts over Jeff Hardy like big time. And also it makes Baron Corbin the most hated person on the planet, which is, exactly what he needs to be in the WWE.
Yeah, I can see that. So what do you got for title matches?
Well, for title matches, first of all, I'm gonna start with the lower tier titles because you gotta make it interesting and shit. I got a SmackDown tag team match, and I put some tag teams in there because, I really couldn't be bothered to leave some out. I got American Alpha versus New Day versus the Usos versus the Fashion Police. The Usos are going in as champions, and the Fashion Police walk out as champions.
So I've got also the Fashion Police in there, and I've got the Fashion Police as champions, beating the Cologne Brothers.
The Cologne Brothers?
Yes, Primo and Epico. Wait, they're cousins, some brothers, but yeah.
Right, you're really gonna do that?
Yes, because I wanted the Fashion Police as champion, and I didn't know who they would beat.
Right, because they weren't gonna beat anyone else.
Yep.
Okay, for Raw tag teams, we're gonna just jump from brand to brand. Right?
Yeah.
I got the Revival, they're going in as champs.
Yep.
Enzo and Cass.
I have the exact same match.
Like, this is coincidence, but I got Enzo and Cass winning. How about you?
I've got the Revival winning.
Enzo and Cass, they need their win, man. They need their big win. If it doesn't happen here, where's it gonna happen? The Revival is walking in as champs too.
Yeah, I've got the same match, but I've got Revival winning.
Okay, yeah, sure, I can see that. Let's go with the Cruiserweight title next time.
Sure.
And, you might have heard of this match before. Neville versus Austin Aries.
It is a damn good match.
It's such a good match. They're gonna farm this out of existence.
Who's champion going in?
Neville. And he's gonna stay champion throughout the whole year.
Okay. I've actually got Neville as champion as well, but I have him lose because at some point he is gonna lose that belt. I have him lose to Oney Lorcan.
Alright. I do have Neville lose as well. Aries is winning the belt for me, but Neville's going in as champ.
Yeah, and I've got Neville going in as champ as well, but he's gonna lose to Oney Lorcan, who might have gotten a call up before.
Yeah, sure. That's interesting. Why not? Okay, let's go with the women's division then.
Sure.
For SmackDown, alright? I got two former horsewomen, got Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And get this, heel Becky, face Charlotte.
Okay.
Because Becky's turning heel at Money in the Bank against Naomi. If this video goes up after Money in the Bank, it doesn't matter. Hey, Becky's gonna turn heel, Charlotte's gonna be a face. And Charlotte's gonna go in as a champ, and she's gonna leave as a champ too.
Okay, I've got, to mix it up a bit and to have some more unusual champions, I've got Lana versus Carmella. Carmella is the champ going in because she has been in the women's division for longer.
Does she
and
still
Lana wins.
Does she still got Ellsworth with her?
Sure.
So is it gonna be like Ellsworth costing her the match, and then her just slapping him over the face, just like Dean Ambrose did back, and just abandoning him?
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds right. That means we need to bear like 8 more months of James Ellsworth then.
He's not that bad. He barely appears on TV.
He does. He does sometimes, and if he does, he's horrible. But all right, Raw Women's Championship. All right, I got a ladder match right here because we haven't had one of those, and ladder matches, I guess.
Yeah.
Got Sasha Banks, got Lana, got Asuka, Bayley, and Alexa Bliss in there.
Okay.
And the champion going in is going to be Sasha Banks. And the champion going out is going to be Alexa Bliss.
So I've got a one-on-one match as well as I have for most of those.
Yeah, you do.
I have Bayley going in as champion and losing to heel Sasha.
It could easily be the other way, if you want to give Bayley a good moment. I don't think Bayley's going to get that title anytime soon, though. The way they buried her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long time to go, so who knows.
I mean, she is closer to getting to the title currently than Sasha is. And it makes more sense for Sasha to turn on Bayley.
I'm still waiting for that Horsewoman Fatal 4-Way, but they're just not on one brand. Like, that needs to happen at some point, but when are they doing that? That's gonna be a great match when it happens.
I mean, they've all got long careers ahead of them, so...
Yeah, that's true. Alright, maybe United States title next, huh?
Sure.
Kevin Owens, going as a champ, Face of America, Eric Cartman versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay, who wins?
Yes.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura's winning that.
I've once again put some people in there who are currently not in the title picture. I've put Ty Dillinger as champion, because he needs to do something.
Right.
And it's a mid-card title. Kevin Owens can be in the main event by that time. I've got Ty Dillinger as champion, defeating Andrade Cien Almas. Because
God damn.
I needed a mid-card heel for SmackDown.
You needed Almas in there?
And he already had a feud with Sanity, so there's a lot of people in NXT who he already faced, so he only had like one match with Cien, so...
Yeah. Also like to point out, like, looking at my booking, the United States Championship has been on Kalisto, a Mexican, Rusev, a Bulgarian, Roman Reigns, a Samoan, Chris Jericho, a Canadian, Kevin Owens, a Canadian, and now Shinsuke Nakamura, a Japanese dude. Keep in mind it's the United States Championship, right?
Yes. I mean, I've got it on Ty Dillinger there, who is Canadian,
yeah, I'm about to say
facing Cien, who's Mexican,
yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know.
Vince McMahon likes to play that game, right? Intercontinental title. Who is always involved with the Intercontinental title?
The Miz?
The Miz. And he's going in as champion against Samoa Joe.
I've also got The Miz going in as champion.
Alright.
Against Austin Aries.
He's leaving the Cruiserweight division?
Yes, he is. Or he's not necessarily leaving it, but he's gonna have matches outside of it as well.
Alright.
They could do double duty to promote the Cruiserweights a bit more.
I can see The Miz and Austin working very well together.
And Austin Aries is one of the best talents in the Cruiserweight division, so he deserves a title shot outside of it.
They do have a similar type of character, but one's heelish and one's face.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that
happening. Who do you have win?
I got Joe.
I've got Austin Aries.
Yeah, sure. So Miz is losing again at Mania.
Yep. That's happening.
I'm still not over what happened this year, man. That was horrible, man. I wanted Miz to win, and that's how you know you did something wrong when you WWE Universal title, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Brock Lesnar. I guess we can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
The other name, let's just say it like in unison, right? We're gonna say it on 3.
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Finn Balor.
Let's go.
That wasn't synchronized because that Finn.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Though.
Yeah.
And like, who you got winning?
Finn Balor.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, we agree on that.
That's gonna be. They're gonna build this up for months, like from the Royal Rumble, even before, like from Survivor Series. I never lost that title. I'm coming back to get. Doesn't matter who I'm gonna have to beat. If it's Brock Lesnar, it's Brock Lesnar, and Brock's beating all the other dudes, right?
Yeah, of course.
He's gonna beat Samoa Joe. He's gonna beat Rollins and all the guys. I'm just not got Roman in there because I don't want Roman to do it.
Yeah,
it's a fantasy booking. I mean, it's gonna be Roman, and if it's gonna be Roman, I'm not going to New Orleans, but I want Balor to do it, right? So I didn't put him in there. Finn Balor over Brock for the Universal title. Let's go. And we got one match. We got one match left too, do we?
The world title for SmackDown.
World title. Alright. I'm pretty sure you've got one guy in there that I do too, but why don't you present first?
Okay, I've got going in as champion, Rusev.
Alright.
Who will lose in what's probably going to be either that or the Universal title main event.
Pretty sure I know who is.
To Shinsuke Nakamura.
It's Nakamura?
Yes, it's Nakamura.
You got Nakamura?
Yes, I've got
and
Nakamura.
Rusev. Alright, here's the match I got. And this is like one of those things where Vince McMahon's backstage like, we're gonna need a 5-star match. What do we do? And then Triple H, because he's smart, he's gonna be like, alright, AJ Styles, John Cena, put it in the bank, make it happen. Cena turns heel on AJ Styles. Cena wins his 17th championship.
That is pretty good.
That is pretty good. Imagine a Cena heel turn after a Roman heel turn. Man.
That's a bit much though, isn't it?
That's a good WrestleMania though.
Yeah,
and AJ's
that's
going
good.
in as champ, right? Cena heel turn on him. And I should mention that Balor did win the Rumble. For me.
Okay, yeah, that does make sense.
To me, right? Because we don't need Cena winning the Rumble.
So, I would probably have Shinsuke win the Rumble.
You'd have Nakamura win the Rumble? Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, he's the type of dude who'll stick in there for 50 minutes and, put on an amazing
King
performance.
Shasa the shit out of everyone.
Exactly. Also, one thing that we both did not do is have a match with Shane McMahon, right?
That's a good thing, though.
Right. If I had another slot on this card, McMahon, Kurt Angle.
I mean, yeah, that is an interesting idea.
And I had that idea too. I'll add a stipulation to it. If we can't get, Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle, because that'd be even better.
Of course.
Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle, and the stipulation is gonna be winner gets the Monday night spot for the next year.
Okay.
So it's gonna be Monday Night SmackDown Live, or just Monday Night SmackDown if SmackDown guy were to win. Which, we're not gonna make that happen because it's gonna be Kurt Angle's debut, or re-debut, better yet. But that's a good stipulation, I think. Why not?
Another good stipulation for that would be, because they're probably gonna do a shake-up or a draft shortly afterwards, to give like one free draft pick to the winner of the match.
Yeah, sure,
so
why
that
not?
the brand who wins can get like one person from the other brand without trading them anything in return.
Or maybe just have like the first draft pick.
Or the first draft pick if they do an actual draft.
If they do an actual draft, like with the round system like they did,
Yep.
the last time. So you left John Cena off your card entirely. Can you explain to me why that is?
Well, Cena kind of just slipped my mind, but also, in general, I wanted to build that card a bit more around pushing people that are not getting the push right now that they kind of deserve. For example, I've got Rusev and Shinsuke in the main event.
Yeah, again, what happened to Vince McMahon along the way?
As I said, it's fantasy booking, it's not about what's likely to what would be interesting.
I was about to say, if there's no John Cena on this card, there's no Vince McMahon in the front office, you know that, right?
Or John Cena just has another project he wants to do because
over
Vince would let him.
WrestleMania. No, sir.
Yeah, anyways.
No, sir. That would be a heel turn if he did that, pretty much.
Which you literally had him turn heel.
Yeah, sure, but not that type of heel. Like the type of heel, the way he does it in my fantasy booking against AJ, knocks him over the head with a chair or whatever. That's good. That's a good heel. That's what gets the crowd crying or laughing, depending on who the crowd is. Like if it's gonna be a cynical crowd like us, we'll be cheering.
Yep.
We'll be cheering. We'll be standing in the midst of 100 little kids just crying. We'll be like, yeah, man, suck on that little kiss. I told you that. I told you that too. But it's like talking trash all day. Yeah, that was a pun. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Self-parody. So you left Cena out.
Yes, I did.
And you said you didn't even consciously do it.
He's not on the product right now, and I literally he just escaped my mind, kind of.
He's coming back on the 4th of July.
Of course he is.
Alright, because they should have Jack Swagger in there on the 4th of July.
I mean, Patriot is, though, a big part of John Cena's gimmick.
Yeah, that is true. But Jack Swagger's same, though. Like, he was a Patriot, and like a bit too much of a Patriot with the whole racism thing and all. And he was back to being a Patriot.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes, isn't it?
That's is it? Like,
I mean, Sergeant Slaughter went from, like,
yeah.
a US supporter to supporting the Iraqis, so...
Yeah, alright, that's not going... Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Alright, so you left Cena out there. I mean, Cena's gonna be in there.
Yeah, of course he's gonna be in there somewhere.
Alright, guys, we need you all to hold us accountable to the predictions we just made. So, on the day of WrestleMania 34, one of the stupid guys in the comment section was nothing better to do. I'm looking at you, man, and you know who you are. You know who you are. You're gonna create a statistic and compare exactly what we did today to what's gonna be reality, and we'll find out that both of us will get 0 points.
Also note
Most
that
likely.
I had 12 matches, he had 13, so...
Or just ignore that bit, which gives me an advantage.
Yeah, but I mean, account that for the statistics, say like who
Right.
had the closer from the structure and
Yeah,
stuff.
or just don't do it, because that's an advantage for me.
Yeah, whatever.
And that's the desirable outcome, isn't it?
It literally doesn't matter.
It does. So we hit just about halftime in our first podcast, and here's what we wanted to do, right? We got a little debate today because, we had this topic come up during former recording sessions, which you may or may not know of yet. We were debating between pizza and hot dogs. As I said already, I'm repping Team Hot Dogs. JJ, because he's stupid, he's going with pizza.
Pizza is vastly superior to hot dogs.
Yeah, that's what he says now. But so, my hot dog people, we gonna have to silence this guy. So, let's get going. Alright, I'm gonna introduce you to a hot dog. A hot dog, or Frankfurter, Frank or Wiener, is a cooked sausage traditionally grilled or steamed and served in partially sliced bun.
I don't have the definition for pizza written out, but
that's pretty much losing the debate. Come on, man.
Pizza is basically baked dough with tomato sauce and cheese on it, and sometimes, or usually, other ingredients such as meat and other stuff like mushrooms, whatever the fuck you want to put on there.
Alright, so what leads you to believe that pizza is better than hot dogs?
For starters, it tastes better.
Well, taste is a subjective experience. That argument doesn't count.
I thought we were gonna get there, but yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. Oh, I'm getting there.
So then there is the thing that pizza is actually healthier than hot dogs. As a matter of fact, according to some studies, they studied Italians, and those who ate pizza regularly had less chances for getting cancer or cardiovascular diseases than people who didn't.
Yeah, but you know that Italians, all that they put on pizza is tomatoes and a bit of leaf and a bit of mozzarella cheese. Like, we're talking America here. Like, we're talking pepperoni. We're talking 5 different types of meat and all the grease that you can find on the grill, like in your local restaurant. That's what a pizza is over here in the West. A hot dog, however, at all times will contain regular bread, not too much meat, just a little bit, just one wiener, just one. It'll contain vegetables most of the time. You can't have onions on there. You can have tomato sauce in there. You can have pickles on there, which are really healthy for you. Pizza, you know what? You can make... I will give you the fact that at the best, pizza can be healthier than a hot dog. But the way, compare a pizza, like a Chicago-style pizza to a hot dog, I'm going hot dog all the way. Both will give you cancer and all kinds of shit.
Also, an interesting fact, according to Wikipedia, hot dogs are a choking hazard.
Wikipedia is always credible, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
How is hot dogs a choking hazard?
I guess the wiener. You can choke on the wiener.
You can slice it up. You can just, that's a thing. Like slicer, that's a thing. Hot dog slices. That's a thing that they serve at parties.
I was just gonna say that because it was kind of funny that they put it in there.
See, he's down to his 3rd argument and he's already just pulling jokes out of his ass. That's not how you win a debate, is it now? Listen to me. Imagine this, alright? You're out on the street, you're in New York City, right? You're like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna get me some food. Do you go to a pizza place and get you a whole pizza, a flat circle of wobbly dough that will fall all kinds of ways once you pull it out of that box? Or are you going to get you a concise, small but still nutritious, I shouldn't say nutritious, a small and concise package of dough with a wiener and some vegetables in them that is not gonna fall all over the place when you're trying to eat it? How messy is a pizza, right? The only way to eat a pizza is by sitting down, and even then you're gonna drop it on your pants. Come on, man.
That just happens because you're not good at eating, though.
Am I, though?
You know it. You're the most messy eater I know.
Okay, I'm gonna give you that fact because I'm not gonna negate that is absolutely true. But imagine this, right? You out there on the street, you have no help whatsoever. You can't have a box or anything. You can have either a pizza or a hot dog in your hand. What are you going with?
You know that there are those square pizzas, that smaller square pizzas that they intentionally sell you specifically so that you don't have that problem that you just mentioned.
Yeah, you mean those little ones? You know what that is? That is a folded up hot dog with the wiener being sliced into pieces. That's just they took a hot dog bun, folded it up, took that wiener and that onions and sliced them shits up, spread it on there. That's what that is.
That's not what that
That's
is.
what that. That's what it. Believe me. Oh, that's what it. Believe that, man. Believe it. That's what that is.
By using Roman Reigns' catchphrase, I'm pretty sure you just lost the argument.
I'm still in the fantasy booking. All right. Here's one more thing, right? You need to really get into this. The flavor of a hot dog is vastly more consistent than the flavor of a pizza. Because what's a hot dog, right? A hot dog is a linear object. It doesn't matter if you bite in the one end, the other end, or in the middle. You're gonna have bun, you're gonna have wiener, you're gonna have ketchup, and you're gonna have a pickle in there. Now with a pizza, they just throw that shit on. They just roll it out and throw it on there. So you're gonna take one bite and your mouth is burning from all the chili peppers. You're gonna take another bite and it's just gonna be dough. You're just gonna be coughing up flour. How is that enjoyable for a meal?
That doesn't happen if you eat it properly. Also,
you're saying you eat pizza properly, getting the slice, like putting your index finger in the middle of the slice and cropping it together, like a hot dog.
For fuck's sake.
Is that what you're asserting?
Also, you're saying that you're getting a varied experience with a single pizza. You're getting a full package experience. That's what you just said.
Yeah, you're getting a varied experience, but if that varied experience is between I need water right now because I got a full pepperoni in my mouth, or I'm literally coughing up, flour because the crust is disgusting. I'll go for a hot dog because that's a varied experience too. That's different ingredients.
I mean, you can have pizza with different ingredients as well.
Yeah, you can have them, but they'll not be spread out as evenly as they will be on a hot dog.
And that's a good thing.
No, that's a bad thing because they'll lead to extremes, and the extremes are never good.
I do agree with the general argument. I just don't agree with the application to pizzas.
Right. I have not heard you in a while make any good argument for pizza. You've just been bashing hot dogs. So, do you got something for me? Like something, man?
I guess at the end of the day, no matter what, it just boils down to personal preference, doesn't it?
Also, one more thing, right? The word pizza does have a double letter in it.
So what?
I'm not a big fan of double letters, to be honest.
Also, while you're at the term pizza,
right,
you know that can be used as a formula to describe the volume of the pizza. Yes, pi times z times z times a.
Yeah, I heard that actually. I think you told me that before.
With z being the radius and a being the height.
You're playing at the fact that we both like mathematics.
Yes.
Alright, so you being busy calculating the volume of a pizza, I'll be out here eating a hot dog because they taste good. And they don't taste vastly different depending on what bite you take. You can start a hot dog on either end. That's the beauty of a hot dog. There's no wrong choice to make with a hot dog. You can bite into either end and it's gonna be good, and you know what you're getting at.
That's not even a real argument.
That's a real argument. You can't do that with a pizza too. You'd be asking yourself, how am I defending hot dogs after you, like at one point in the time, took 20 minutes. This guy, right? This video might be up at this point, right? But this guy took 20 minutes to eat a hot dog and a bun, right? We had them separate, like we had the hot dog on a plate and we had the bun on a plate. But he used the fork for it too, right? He didn't even put the hot dog into the bun.
You didn't either.
I didn't either. That's because I had spices with it. That's because I enjoy my food. I had some sauce with it. I had some ketchup with it. That's perfectly normal stuff to do. And I had it on a plate too. Yeah. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. He spent like 15 minutes trying to eat that so-called choking hazard of a hot dog. And it made me mad. And I'm still defending that stuff because that's how I believe in hot dogs, man. That's how I believe in it. That's an American creation, man. Hot dogs. Make it happen.
But at the end of the day, our opinion doesn't really matter. What matters is the viewer's opinion.
Yeah, because there are more people than we are.
So write your opinion down in the comments below. Give arguments if you want to. And let's get into the fact of the week.
Hashtag hot dog. Let's go do it. What's your fact of the week, man?
So my fact of the week is something that I recently read about, and that is, I do like playing poker, but there is a variant that I just recently heard of, and that is low ball poker, where basically the lowest hand wins, and they don't have straights and flushes to get more lower hands overall. Which I thought that was very interesting because, to me, where I only play mostly Texas Hold'em and a bit of 5-card draw poker, it's very interesting for me and counterintuitive to think that the lowest cards would win.
Right. That's an interesting variant. We might have to try that out one time. If you can find some rules that are what, throw them in the description so people can try it out. If you're into poker, why not?
I can literally just post a link to the Draw Poker Wikipedia article there. They're on there.
Yeah. So here's my fact of the week, guys. Reuben Foster got signed by the San Francisco 49ers right now. He's the best linebacker to come out of college football in 10 years, and I'm hyped about it.
Calm down.
Right,
let's get into the next topic.
Alright, let's get into the next topic. What do you got?
Next topic is school and what's stupid about it.
Oh man, I'm not that far removed from school to talk about this. It's traumatizing, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same spot that you are.
Yeah, we graduated from high school like a bit over a year ago, didn't we?
Yep.
We're both going to college now, so we did get kind of a perspective on those things. Alright, so you just want to get what do you just want to get us started? Like, what do you hate about school?
Okay, worst thing about school, homework. It doesn't make any sense.
Agreed, absolutely agreed.
If you need it, you can just learn. Yeah. And if you don't need it, why the fuck do you have to do homework? Then you're getting worse grades if you don't do it, despite being one of the best people in the class, potentially.
Yeah. Well, I think they're doing it. I mean, I know that you're passive-aggressively hinting at yourself there. But
I mean, specifically in math and stuff. I mean, I'm not good in every subject. I'm claiming that.
That's true. I am. Like I used to be, like back in the day. But yeah, I think they're doing it to teach type of like responsibility and self-discipline, which, you know, like get people to actually do some work sometime, not just slouch around.
And then you go to university and they're like, we don't care.
You still do homework at college.
Yes, I mean, I do. That's like once a week thing. It's like one little thing that takes like usually like half an hour.
I don't, because I don't have any homework to do, and I'm just sitting there. But yeah.
Also, we don't have literally any mandatory appearances. We can just stay at home the whole semester.
Exactly, that's true. Like homework was horribly strict back in middle school.
Yep.
And before it was like if you didn't do it. Remember the time when you didn't do your homework and you'd be like, man, I done fucked up. Man, this teacher is gonna kill me right now.
I had one of those in high school too, but yeah.
You did? Like in actual high school? Like people weren't that strict anymore. They'd be like,
one of our teachers was, just specifically one, our like math/computer science teacher. She hated that.
Alright, I know who you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, I did. She also taught math to me when I was like in 8th grade or something like that. It wasn't a fun experience, I know.
She really didn't like me not doing homework.
Yeah, I know. But you did graduate.
Yeah, I mean, I got like a C in math when I could have had an A.
You could easily had an A in math.
That's what I'm saying, right? But she was like, you didn't do homework, you got a C.
And you majored in math too. Like, I could have done that and I would have gotten an A in math. Had I majored in it and I didn't.
Yeah, but I mean, it's literally like, the teacher was just like, if you don't do homework, you're not going to get good grades.
Yeah, that's especially in that type of subject. That's like, why do you do that? You know, either you can, like mathematics is a type of subject where you can either do it or you can't do it. And if you can't do it, you gotta get your ass up there and learn and study and learn to do it. And you can do it. Like, what's your reason for doing homework?
So anyways, I think we rambled on about homework long enough.
Yeah.
Anything else about school that you didn't like?
Well, there's a lot of things about school I didn't like, specifically the fucked up state of the toilets, but that's individual problems. Also, I didn't go to the toilet at school, but you know what? Like, I'm gonna call this out, infrastructure in general, because that's, like, schools are wasting away. There's not enough money getting into that shit. I know it's not specifically about school, but it's kind of the meta. But man, invest more money in education at schools, man. Seriously, like, that's what needs to happen. I don't like the way some teachers are, like, not doing anything and still getting paid the same amount than teachers who are working their asses off.
Yeah, I mean, teachers should be vetted more anyways. They should be tested every now and again to see if they actually teach decently.
Yeah.
Because we had a bunch of bad teachers.
Yeah, there'll be teachers who'll be sitting on their ass all day. They be teaching like two subjects. They be teaching a course on religion and a course on, I don't know, gym class sometimes.
Yep.
And they'd not be correct. They'd not be looking at a single exam all year and no homework and nothing. And they'd be paid the same as a dude who's doing like 5 English classes.
Yep.
And he's like correcting exams like 8 hours a day. What I mean, I see how like everyone's supposed to be treated the same and all, but I think the problem with that's just the value on these subjects that no one really needs. Like I'm not the type of guy who will ever argue for religion being taught in any type of school at all, because that's just the type of person that I am.
Also, you are getting into another topic there. Mandatorily teaching all subjects to all students for a long time. Like,
oh yeah,
why the fuck do I have to go to like music and art classes?
In high school too. We had to do it up to grade 10.
Yep.
Like, what? I'm never gonna be an artist if I can't draw in grade 7. Why are you making me sit through the years of this? I'd much rather go like do like an extra couple hours of mathematics. Do economics or something, which I'm doing in college too. Do business administration. Like, offer a wider variety of things for people to do, because you know what you're doing is you're basically wasting time for most people, because if they know what they want to do, like what types of subjects they're good at, what they will never do, there's no point in having them do it, right? Because it doesn't further their basic, like their general knowledge to do some stupid arts and crafts.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how it's necessary, especially in lower grades, to teach people like math and English and stuff you need to know for life.
Absolutely.
But I mean, even high school math, like, you don't need it. There are people who hate it. I liked it.
I love it.
But there are people who don't like it, they're bad at it, and they aren't gonna put the effort in to get better.
No.
So what's the point in teaching them, instead of letting them choose a subject that they actually like, care about, will learn, and then maybe get a job in that subject?
Because like people in high school, there's people like being 18 years old, and people know what they want to do. Sometimes like one of them is like, I'm gonna do business. I'm gonna be a manager or scientist one day, and the other guy's like, I wanna be a museum curator. Like, why do you force both these guys to take mathematics and art class? Like, what's the point of that? Have the one guy focus on art studies, have the other guy focus on science studies. That's more effective in the long run. That's in the interest of the economy, isn't it?
Yep, it is. Also, one topic that we didn't get that much into yet is languages. You mentioned science, we mentioned art, we mentioned music, we mentioned math, but languages...
The way they're taught.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Like, in our school, we were taught to write and read languages, not like read out loud, but just understand written text,
exactly,
and then write texts. Some people's pronunciation was horrible.
It was horrible.
But their grammar and their vocabulary was good, and they knew how to spell that shit.
Yeah.
They got A's in all exams, they got A's all over, while someone who could speak the language fluently but wasn't that good at writing it, or just in general his grammar wasn't perfect, but he could speak the language and it sounded natural, he would get a worse grade than the person who could spell everything perfectly and have perfect grammar, but couldn't speak the language in conversation.
Yeah, like do you remember how I was actually really good at pronouncing French stuff? But I'd always have a C in the exams because I couldn't be asked to learn that language the way they taught me to.
I mean, I didn't like French to begin with, I wasn't really good at it, but the point is, I think it's more useful to be able to speak a language in a conversation with a person from that country to the point where you understand each other, rather than being able to write exams in that language.
Exactly.
That's not going to be that useful in real life compared to the actual spoken word. I mean, I see that there is an importance in the written word.
Exactly, yeah, sure, for communication and
but
shit, but
I still think that the spoken word is more important, and they
because
should be at
also,
least taught equally.
Right, because also think about this, right? How do you acquire your native language? Like, it's through hearing, right? You can talk before you can write or read or stuff. You hear your parents talk, you hear people talk. That's how you develop a feeling for that language.
That's also why I suggest watching like YouTube videos or movies in the language you're trying to learn once you have a good basis, because there's no reason to read actual textbooks or something, because those won't actually help.
Right, exactly. You won't get to know a language and feel that language and know the type of conversation that you can have in that language if you don't do it. Like, you can read all you want, you can like learn, study grammar and vocabulary, all that crap. Listen to the language. Whatever language you want to learn, you gotta hear it. Language is an audible thing, you know.
Yeah. So, any other points about school?
I mean, there's good things. Maybe we should talk about good things in school, but I mean, the segment is about stupid shit, right?
I mean, we can talk about good stuff as well. I mean, we gotta leave the people on a positive note, don't we?
Do we really, though? Like, do you want to... Tell us this, man. Do you want to be left on a positive note? I mean, we do have our songs of the week coming up, which is...
Oh, yeah, I mean, we do.
That's gonna be a high note, as you said so wonderfully with a musical pun in there. It's gonna be a high note to leave you on the song of the week.
So, we're gonna do that now, or are we gonna keep talking about school?
You know what? Let's do that right now, because we can always get into that school topic again if we come up with something else. If y'all want to hear more about our lives in school, like where we went to school and all that shit, we might do a video on that. Just request it. I don't care. Like, we need content ideas anyway at the moment. So yeah. Hey, what's your song of the week, man?
My song of the week is Behind Blue Eyes by The Who, because a lot of people might know the song Behind Blue Eyes,
Yeah,
but they will know the remix version by Limp Bizkit, which is also good. But the original song is somewhat different, but it's still a good song, and I think you should give it a listen.
Yeah, the remix is usually the one they play on the radio station.
So what's your song of the week?
My song of the week, and this is like, I wrote that song down before we made up the topic about school, so there's kind of a dark side to it. It's I Don't Like Mondays by the Boomtown Rats.
Oh, yeah.
Which sort of ironically may or may not deal with a school shooting, but, you know, I'm gonna get into this anyway. It's a historical background behind that song, and I do really recommend you to listen to it. Like, you can like Bob Geldof, you can hate him, but that song is a good song. It's about this like middle school girl, like it was in the 1970s, I believe, and she was living across from a school, and she just one day she grabbed her father's rifle and just shot up that school. And then when police asked her why she did it, she was like, she literally said this, I don't like Mondays. That's a story that's told a lot. But that song it's a really cool song. You should give it a listen, and yeah, it does fit in kind of well with the topic we had, right? Stupid stuff about school shootings, man. I always hated those. Whenever that happened to us, I was like,
Yeah.
nah, not again. Come on, who lets these guys in here all the time, right? Horrible shit.
That's it?
That's it.